Welcome back to the haunting of Bly Manor. Still on the bonfire, huh?
Most, but deep experience.
Does this mean we're gonna finally find out if she's dead or not? Because it's driving me crazy.
Do whatever the hell occurs to us in the bloody moment.
I keep telling her to live, but she can't because she's dead. I refuse to believe anything else until they tell me otherwise.
Are you Hannah?
What the fuck was that?
It's so nice to meet you.
Why is this so strange? This doesn't seem like a normal flashback.
You studied in Paris?
I mean, a lot.
Is the whole season this sad? Like, why must it all be so sad? What the fuck is going on? Again, this doesn't feel like normal flashbacks. It's like she's aware of it. Like she's actually walking through the flashbacks.
How are things?
Oh, well, you
So
know,
these are the parents,
same as
huh?
always, Mum.
Mrs. Gross, immediately.
Such a prick. Like, can he just not help being a fucking asshole? Okay, what the fuck is going on? She's clearly aware of the change happening. God, that makes me really uncomfortable. Fuck. Okay, this episode is trippy as hell. I love it, but it's fucking with my head. Little asshole.
Miles!
Look at you, all flushed.
I'd punch
when
him.
you blush.
I don't care if he's a child. I would fucking punch him. Like, I'm pretty sure he's possessed and it's not his fault. I would still punch him. At least make whoever's possessing him fucking feel that shit. Oh, what the fuck?
Any of us could die at any moment. We can't count.
Is this what it's like to be dead? Like you're just constantly flowing through like random moments of your life? What the fuck is going on?
Our moments are supposed to be like...
Good lord. We are jumping all over the place.
The last time I saw you, you were banging on about me having Owen's batter in my mouth.
So this is after that moment? And he really has the nerve to come back and be like, why are you so mad?
I
Like,
didn't.
fuck you.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Good for you. Get the fuck out of my face.
No, never.
No, not
never.
again. Not
I
again.
promise. I do. I
No,
promise.
Rebecca. Like, he's hot, I get it, but he ain't that hot. You talk to me like that even one fucking time, that's it. Goodbye. There's that fucking crack again. What is that?
You should be nicer to me, Hannah.
Why?
I mean, one word from me and you'd be thrown out of here with nothing but your last week's wages.
This is my home, Peter.
Go ahead and say whatever the fuck you want.
You'll leave long before I do.
I'm looking at this as an opportunity to hone myself.
What is happening?
This
This episode is so crazy.
Here I'll be putting together everything myself.
Haven't we already done this?
Okay, these are not memories. Like, they're not
Yes.
playing out the same way.
You tell me.
What?
Why don't you tell me? Because I'm
It's okay.
not fully
Let's
understanding.
get back to it.
In Paris, I was a sous chef, which means they only let you cut
Anything
vegetables.
to-
Hurt you? Is that what you were going to say? Whatever would make you say that?
I don't know, he was.
Was it really Miles that, like, killed her?
But you admitted.
I was
he hasn't
kinda
exactly built
joking
himself since his
in
parents died.
No,
one of the
that's not
previous
what I meant.
episodes when I mentioned that.
Miles Dominic Wingate!
What do you think you're doing?
What the fuck?
What on earth has gotten into you?
Honestly.
Miles?
That personality,
Honestly.
it has to be Peter.
Miles?
Like,
Miles, we're not finished here.
he's such a little shit.
Miles!
Just like Peter was.
Oh, God. Miles!
And we're in another memory.
Hello. I used to be a daddy's girl.
What the fuck?
What?
Until, of course, I grew up and I wasn't.
That really creeped me out. It came from like the
I was a
right
woman
speaker
with
only.
my own opinions. You don't know him, Hannah. You don't.
I think she knows him better than you do, to be totally honest.
That little voice in my head saying I'm not good enough has disappeared. It's gone.
It's because he's
And I've never
a
felt
manipulator.
so alive.
He's a scheming, manipulating piece of shit.
There's a difference between feeling good and feeling alive.
Rebecca, I like you, but you are just falling down the rabbit hole. What? Where are you now? What the fuck?
Thought about what that must feel like.
Dude, is this what it's like to die? Because if this is what it's like to die, I'm
Setting
even
in.
more afraid of death now.
Before we really know it.
And don't tell anyone.
You're a damn fool.
Anyone. You understand?
This is one of my favorites.
What?
I think this is when it happened. I can never bring myself to watch.
I'm so sorry, Miss.
Hannah!
So,
I'm so sorry.
so hold up. I think this really is like memories in a way, but
Well, you can sleep.
if you're dead, you're just like slipping through your memories.
something.
Because we know Rebecca died.
Something downstairs.
She said she doesn't normally find herself in this
In
one.
Flora's dollhouse. Well,
I'm very nervous. They said this is when it happened. And what happened exactly? I'm assuming when he died? We still don't even know if he died or not.
I thought I said go back to bed.
Oh my fucking god, that actually scared me really bad. Seeing whatever the fuck that is just like come out of the dark, that scared me so bad. Who the fuck is that? Oh my god, my heart is racing from that. What the fuck? So he died right there, right? Yep, he's definitely dead. That's so fucking creepy. She doesn't have a face, like, at all.
Let me go! Let me go!
you bitch!
Oh, I was right. Fucking knew it. So it is Peter that's possessing him. Confirmed. I feel smart. I really don't like that she does not have a face. Just a mouth? That's really creepy. Don't jump scare me. Don't do it. God damn it. I asked you not to.
I'm looking at this as an opportunity, though. Yes, apparently we're doing this again.
This is
You
driving
tell
me
me.
crazy.
I mean, this is all you.
I swear you're such a bore and you don't know when.
To leave well enough
Ooh,
alone.
that was really creepy. Hearing the voice, like, combined like that.
For fuck's sake, woman!
But you can't.
But I can't. Can I?
So if you die, you're stuck here on the property. Alright, that's another answer.
Of course. Honestly, Hannah!
Oh, fuck! So he really did kill her. I mean, technically Peter did. Oh my god. Oh, dude. It all makes sense. Or everything having to do with her does, I guess.
Mrs. Grace? This is her.
What?
Miles, it's nice to meet you.
So pleased to meet you, my lady.
Dude, she died like
Aren't you the gentleman?
10 seconds
And this must be
before
Mrs.
she
Gross.
showed up in that first episode. That is crazy.
Danny.
It's kind of what dementia is, isn't it?
So she's just stuck in this
like
like
another
endless
life.
loop of
Or maybe
memories.
But that's the biggest thing.
That's horrible.
We can't count on the past.
I will go to Paris with you.
But it's already happened. You can't
Yes.
change it.
No,
I know the road. It's fine.
wait.
No, that's so
Please?
sad,
All good.
dude. No matter how much she might want to change any of these moments, she can't. She's just doomed to relive it for forever. Again, why is this show so sad? Like, I don't understand why it has such a tragic overtone to it.
You had a Kirsty, I was 9:37, you're at BLY. Miles is 10, Flora is 8. You were Hannah Bruce.
This makes me want to cry, dude. This is so sad.
You had a curse.
Damn, okay, that was a fantastic episode. Best episode of the season so far, 100%. And so sad, like that is so tragic. Fuck. Alright, so let's jump into the breakdown because there's a lot to break down here. This episode is intentionally very disorienting and confusing at the start. Honestly, throughout it, but with time, you start to figure out, what is going on. And by the end of it, it all makes perfect sense. It's just really sad. And I love that they both start and end the episode with that moment between her and Owen, where he invites her to Paris, and she originally said, oh, I could never do that. And he walks off, and then ends with her trying to change it and say, all right, yeah, I'll go with you, but it doesn't matter because it's already happened, and she's just reliving another memory. It's so sad, dude. It's honestly so sad. And from that first scene, we just keep on bouncing around between all these memories of her time here at BLY, and we consistently jump back to that moment of when she first interviewed him, and he's clearly taking on a form of her subconscious, and even tells her I'm you. And even though he's very aggressive and angry with her, it's like her mind is screaming at her, please, to wake up, remember who you are, when you are, and that none of this is really happening. You need to be in the now. But it doesn't seem like she has any control over when she, jumps back into a memory of sorts. I just really like how they did that too, because at the start of the episode, bouncing around, you're like, this is a little different than how the normal flashbacks seem to go, because she seems to be, disoriented and weirded out every time it flashes back to a different moment. But that also sort of aligns with how her personality has been this whole show, and simply, being miles off and not 100% being all put together. But as the episode goes, and those memories in the kitchen with Owen continue to get stranger and stranger, you fairly quickly realize that this isn't really a flashback, it's something else is going on. And I think honestly this was such a creative way to show both Hannah's backstory and get more backstory for what else has been going on. Because on top of her own memories, we got to see things going on with Miles, we got to see some things going on with the parents and how she ended up getting the live-in position here. And we also got a definitive answer as to what happened to Peter, and he is fucking dead, y'all. Not just dead, he got strangled to death by the lady in the lake. So it also set up the fact that she is extremely dangerous. It's been implied that she is, but you didn't know exactly what she could do. Clearly, she'll just fucking snap your neck, which is just great. Look forward to seeing her again. And right after getting the answer as to, why she's such a threat, we also get the answer immediately as to if Miles is being possessed or not. Answer is yes, and it's by Peter. Fucking called it. And honestly, even though I like Rebecca, the more I see of her in these flashbacks, the more I get really frustrated with her. I understand what she means when she says, he makes me feel alive and like I'm worthy, like no one else has. And when you're actually in that situation, it's not as simple as, well, I can clearly see he's manipulating me. Because when it's happening to you, it's very easy to not realize that and 100% fall for the bullshit. And I'm sure on a certain level, Peter really does love her. But he said it himself, he's never had a family or known love. And because of that, he doesn't know what love really is or how to treat someone that you love, because he is just constantly manipulating her. And can I reiterate just how badly that scared me when the lady of the lake just came out of the dark and grabbed him by the neck? It wasn't even her grabbing him that scared me, it was seeing her just appear there out of nowhere that fucked me up. Oh my god, that scared me so bad.
Go back to bed.
I hope we get an answer to what her whole story is. I don't see how they could make such a focus on her in this episode and even episodes prior without getting into that, but it might just be a mystery for the whole show. I don't really know. And then, of course, we got the big reveal of the episode that Hannah is dead. 100%. I was right all along. And I even jokingly got it right that Miles is the one that killed her. Although technically that's not entirely true. It was really Peter that killed her, but in Miles' body, so I give myself half a point for that. Or a quarter point, because I wasn't really serious. And we also learned why she keeps seeing that crack everywhere, because it's the crack in the well, like right next to her face where her dead body is lying. Like, some good shit. Like, it's horribly tragic, but it's so good. Like, everything, it makes me really want to watch the first couple episodes again, just so I can be like, ah, the answers were all there. And I'm getting a little nervous, to be totally honest. Like, if these episodes are as sad as they are, I'm a little afraid as to how the finale's gonna go. I just get the feeling it's gonna be some sad shit. Unless it's one of those shows where it's like everything is just so tragic and so sad, and then the last episode is the happy ending. I kind of don't believe that. Because The Haunting of Hill House was also very sad for a good majority of the show. And then that last episode, like, it kind of gave you a happy ending, but at the same time, I cried really hard at that. I think the cinematography in this episode was the best we've seen the whole season. There were some really cool shots, specifically ones where it would pan around her, like almost, I think sometimes a full 360 degrees. Sometimes leading you to a bit of a little scare, sometimes leading you to just a really unnerving moment. Like, I love when the camera is panning around her, Miles, and Peter, and then when it passes by Peter, he's gone from the frame because he's possessing Miles. And even though it scared me to death, I actually really liked the shot of the Lady of the Lake appearing out of the shadows, because it's just dead center. Like, before it even happened, I knew to be looking like right there at the center of the screen, just because it's dead empty space, which made it all the more frightening that she just like popped up. And I say popped up, but she didn't even like jump out at you or anything. She literally just walks right at the camera, and it just terrified me. Music in this episode was very good as well. The moment when the Lady of the Lake kills Peter was some really tense and frightening music playing, and I think they might have used that same score at a different point already. I'm not sure. Either way, it gave me goosebumps. I wasn't enjoying it, but at the same time I was. And then the score there at the end of the episode when she's running after Owen is so sad. Like, it really just punches you right in the gut. And even though the score of this show isn't exceptionally unique or anything, it hits the right emotional cues almost every single time, which I think is arguably more important than being very unique. And I still love the sound design of Miles and Peter's voice, like, becoming one. That was such a creepy little moment. I loved it. For acting, I obviously have to give it to Tania Miller. She was so good in this episode, capturing the confusion and like the displacement of the mind throughout this episode. And that scene when she walks out of the house and just starts like wailing because she finds out her husband has cheated on her. It was over the top in a way that made you believe that it was a real person experiencing just a complete overwhelming urge to scream because of how upset they are. And just the way she did it, again, it gave me goosebumps. Like, it was really unnerving and really sad at the same time. And God, the way she's like repeating her mantra at the end, you know, I'm Hannah Gross, it's 1987. Like, that was just so fucking tragic, dude. Like, I really hope by the end of this show, she can find some peace. I get the feeling the other ghosts in the house, I'm gonna want some of them to find some peace as well. Except for Peter, fuck that little bitch. I hope like the worst things happen to him. But Jesus, like, she really made me feel like the heartache she feels being stuck in this situation. Editing and pacing was surprisingly fast-paced for this show. For the most part, this whole season has been very slow, very methodical, And while this episode, compared to other shows, I think would still be considered fairly slow, just the fact that you're bouncing around between so many different memories, and we got quite a few answers in this episode, more than any other one before it, I would say this is a much faster paced episode and a lot more my speed. Like, this is definitely more what I was looking for. Took a little while to get here, but the wait was worth it because this was fantastic. Overall, I'm gonna give this episode a 9.7 out of 10. I think if they had thrown even one more like major reveal at me, it would have been a perfect 10 out of 10. The episode still left me wanting just a little teeny bit more, so I can't give it a perfect score, but it was pretty close. Like, this was by far the best episode out of the season, and I really, really liked it. So yeah, I'm pumped for the next episode. I have no idea what it's gonna be about, because this episode just kind of went all over the place through flashbacks. I actually don't really remember where the previous episode left off. Oh yeah, it was with Dani confronting her demons, so to speak. So I would assume after this being like an almost entirely, or was entirely, a flashback episode, the next one's going to continue on with the main story. But the way this was all done means that no one actually figured anything out, only the audience did. So I really don't know how they plan to continue the main plot. That's fine with me. This whole show has been a mystery, and I'm enjoying it more now than ever. So I'll see you all on the next one. And that's about it.
She can't help it. She's American. They're totally savage people.
Will you be going away now, Owen? No, she likes you. Really? Mrs. Grace,
Just take a look at that.
Yeah, like